it's okay to open up. Come sit your pretty ass down. Your past ain't pretty, girl, but look at you now. I love how you glow when you smile.
Hi everyone, it's been a hot minute since I've done a video. I know, it's a standard thing for Nicole, but if you want to find out how to achieve this cute Barbie bubblegum pink girl looking like a snack vibe, then continue watching. Oh my god, I'm looking mental. Like, do you know you just need to have a makeup moment? I'm having one of those and I'm looking at myself and I'm like, what happened to you, girl? But we're gonna go a little bit extra. I'm gonna make this a bit bougie. We're gonna put this out a little bit more and do something a little bit legally blonde. So let's get to it. I'm gonna use literally my holy grail that I've been living for since I don't know when. Like these two bad boys, they're my fucking ride or die. So we've got the L'Oreal Hydra Genius Aloe Water and the L'Oreal Infallible Pore, I never get this right, Pore Refining Primer. These two, they just marry each other perfectly and that face stays laid all fucking day. Hydrate my dry patches whilst prepping my skin. But this Pore Primer is going to sort my oily places, keep it matte, and hide those craters, girl. So like standard Nicole fashion, we're going to go do brows first, and I've now got a new favourite. You guys who know I lived for the Unique Brow Palette powder, the set, but my new love is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. Now I will do an updated version on how I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz to fill in my brows. I'm going to use the Rimmel London Brow This Way styling gel with argan oil. It's just a clear gel just to set and lay them down. Before we start hitting the pans on the shadows, we need to prep the eyes. So I'm going to go in with the Unique Eye Primer. You guys can use a concealer or an eye primer of your choice. I'm beauty sponge to cover my lid up to my brow bone. Now I'm going to be dipping into two palettes today, and I'm going to delve into the Revolution Reloaded Marvelous Mattes. Make me feel some kind of way. I'm also going to delve into the BH Cosmetics Marvicorn by Marvin Magnificent. Look at that. These are like, I'm living for this. So let's go in. We're going to start off with this colour on a very dense fluffy brush, just as our transition shade. This is going to go in the crease and just above. Taking a bigger, fluffier blending brush, I'm going to soften just above my crease on that brow bone. Now that transition colour is on, we're now going to jump into the BH palette Marvicorn and go for this shade here called Flodder. Again, that small, dense blending brush. This palette does have a lot of fallout on the pan, so hopefully that means that we're going to get some bomb-ass pigment on the eyes, on the outer corners and the crease to deepen it. Okay, now we've got that Flodder shade blended in. We're going to go in with a darker shade called Spray Tan, and it's this bottom corner shade here. We're sticking predominantly to the outer corner and just halfway over. Just to really darken that outer corner. You see how I'm stopping here and then going back? It's because I don't want that darker shade to reach all the way to my inner corner. I just wanted to go from the outer corner and halfway. So taking my Studio very thin flat concealer brush, I'm also going to take the e.l.f. 16 Hour Cameo Concealer, very pale shade, bit on my hand. Let's see how light that is, because the colour I'm going to put on, I want to pop, so the light of this concealer is going to really draw that colour out. I'm not a cut crease girl. When do you ever see me wear cut creases? I fake them with light and dark shades, but I want this colour to stand out, so I'm going to do it for you. Bear with me because I'm blind, but we're gonna go for it. See how light, I can't do this while talking. See how light that shade is? That's what we want. We want that white bold, so when that pink sits on top, it's gonna go boom. Okay, so I know I'm looking a little crazy, right? But don't worry, it's all for good reason. Just watch. My cut crease is not perfect. Like you can see, there are imperfections, but this is how I'm going to show you that I'm not professional. This is how you're going to know that no matter what, there's always a way to turn it around. Not all the time, but 9 times out of 10 you can fix the situation. A very dense fluffy brush. I'm now going to take this bright pink shade called Towel Pap and apply it on the inner corners, coming to about there. Oh yes, honey. Oh yes, honey, this is the pink I want. So I'm just stamping. I'm not brushing, I'm not poking around, I'm just tapping that pigment exactly where I want it. Okay, so now going into the Reloaded Marvelous Mattes palette, I'm going to take this top shade called Number One, which is a darker pink than that. The first shade is definitely a hot pink. This is like Hot Pink's mum. And we're going to stamp it the rest of that. Now going in with that first brush we used, the fluffier blending brush, not as dense as this, with our transition shade from the Reloaded palette, and blend them both in from the top and just give it some blend. And really soften those outer edges up to the brow bone. We need to smoke some shit out again. So I'm taking my wider fluffy brush, going in with the shade Flodder rather, and going back into my outer corner and working over. Big fluffy blending brush. Now the magic happens when we clean under the eye and it's a nice crisp line. That's what we like. So we're taking a wet wipe and literally drag to the tip of your brow, like that. Now let's add some highlight to the inner corners. So using the W7 Prismatic 3D highlighting palette, I'm going to take this top shade here and double on the inside. Ooh. I feel like this needs to pop some more though. So I'm trying a new foundation today, the Barry M All Night Long Full Coverage Foundation. I haven't tried this before. I literally got it and I was like, let's give Barry M foundation a go. I only ever use their nail polishes and pigments, but I've never actually used their foundation, so why not? It's a pump, which I like. Look at my beauty blender. Now hopefully this is the right shade. Like I say, my tan is like all over the place. It is a bit cool toned for me, but oh, it's starting to oxidize, I think. We're gonna give it a go. The thing I like about foundation is if it's too, no, I think we're good. The thing I like about foundation is if you do have a too light or too dark foundation, there are ways now you can lighten or darken your shade. But it seems okay. Would we say it's full coverage? I mean, I can't really see how it is starting to oxidize. Don't know if you can see, this is the shade when I squirted it fresh, and then it's changing. So that's probably why it's not so bad on my face, but let's see. No flat canvas, but she ain't bad. So now we're going to move on to concealer. I'm not going to conceal my under eye with the e.l.f. 16 Hour because it is far too light and I don't like it the way it works under my eyes. I'm going in with my holy grail, the Jeffree Star Magic Star Concealer, and this is in shade C10, which by the way is going to look ridiculously light, but I like a super bright eye. Now don't get me wrong, the e.l.f. one is light. You guys saw it when I cut my crease, but it's, how do I put this? She doesn't hold under my eyes. She's not keen. She gives up on me. She's like, sorry babes, but these bags, nothing can hide them. Jeffree fucking Star can e.l.f. So now taking a very damp beauty blender and we're going to start concealing our face. I just love the Jeffree Star concealer. Honestly, if you have any concealer recommendations, please throw them my way because I have not found anything as impressive as the Jeffree Magic Star concealer. Like, that shit has me shook every damn time. Okay, so that's all me concealed and highlighted. Now we're going to go in with my cream contour. Now, if you've been following my Facebook, you guys know that I have been living for the Huda Beauty Tan Tour cream contour. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just fucking insane. That's how hyped I get. So it's this bad boy, the Huda Beauty Tan Tour. This is shade medium. I would probably be a light shade in the winter. It's only because I'm a tanned girly. Come summer that I have to go for medium, but this is just, so what I do is I take this contouring brush from Royal and Langnickel. I can't remember where I got it from, if I'm honest. I'm not sure if I've sent it or I picked it up. I'm not sure, but basically I dabble into it. But basically this is my contour pattern. Now I do go in with the brush a little bit, and then I go in with my damp beauty blender just to soften it up a bit more. So as you can see, I'm just slightly buffing it with the brush. I'm not like ridiculously blending it in with the brush, just buffing. Now I'm roughly contoured with the brush. I go in with my damp beauty blender and then bang the shit out of my face. But contour is blended. Now we're gonna go and set the face. So you guys know I'm not gonna set my face with anything but the Jeffree Star Magic Star setting powder. My god, this bad boy does fucking things to me because it makes my skin flawless, poreless, soft, matte. I get no oil issues and it smells like cotton candy. So what are you saying? But my point is, if you haven't got your hands on the Jeffree Star Magic Star setting powder, then what are you doing with yourself? This is in shade Topaz. Beauty blender, I'm taking Topaz and pressing it underneath my eye. Oh, the scent is incredible. That would be my kids playing with the puppy. Warning, cuteness alert. If you can overhear what I'm hearing. Now, let's finish off these eyes because you guys know, I know you're probably looking at me like, Nicole, what are you doing? This is how I bake my face. This is what works for my face shape. This is what works for my angles. Let a bitch do her thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back into the Marvelous Matte palette. And we're going to take our transition shade and go underneath the eye. Now you guys know why I do eyes first. Beaut! Now we're going to go in with some mascara. I'm actually going to use one that I got in my goodie bag from the Glossy Box. Sly little itch there. The Glossy Box birthday. This is from Ico and it says energize your lashes lash alert mascara. It's a curved wand. Let's just give it a go. Guys, I'm really sorry, I'm gonna need a mirror. You guys know I'm blind, so doing this in the camera is no good for anyone. Now, the thing to remember is I do have non-existent lashes, so if you're expecting some sort of dramatic finish, don't. Okay, bottom lashes on, eyes looking cute. Now it's time to take off this baking using my giant, oh my god, I don't remember where I got this brush from, powder brush. Just gonna brush all of this away and take the excess product over the rest of the face. So now we are baked, we are mattified, we can go in with our other powder products like bronzer. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder bronzer in Rich Amber. This bronzer has some warmer tones to it, which I like just to give some warmth back into the face and make me look sun-kissed. So now the bronzer's finished, we're going to go ahead and highlight with the Revolution Roxy Contour and Highlight Palette. And we're going to use, oh, we don't know what I'm going to use actually. I want to go for the, yeah, we're going to go for the pink shade. Just because we're having a little bit of pink moment here. It's not too much. Just a like subtle glow. She says as she adds more to her face. Nothing too I want to say nothing extra. Little sheen there, nice healthy glow. Yes. Okay, so Jeffree Star released the Jawbreaker collection. He went crazy with his palettes, he went crazy with the highlight, he went crazy with the summer lip combos. I, like fucking standard, was late to the party, but your bitch did manage to grab a shade feeling for this fucking look, and I can't wait. So this shade is called Yes Ma'am, and she, whoo, she's a little moment. Ooh. I told you we were going pink. When I said we were going for a pink vibe, like, we were going for a pink vibe. Whew. This lip is just fucking everything. We're gonna go in with the Revolution Pro Fix spray. So this is the finished look, guys. As you can see, I've thrown on a pretty pink dress. The pink Barbie vibe is in. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.